This upcoming weekend, we have a big heavyweight fight. Wladimir Klitschko versus Anthony Joshua. What are you guys' thoughts on this fight?
I feel weird about this fight. Joshua's camp is real smart. They've already complained to the refs about Klitschko's jab and grab, which is illegal. And if they get that into the ref's head, the young lion's jab is just good enough. It's not as good as Klitschko's, but it's a powerful jab. Klitschko has the what do you call that? He has the experience on Joshua.
Big fight experience. If it goes deep, if it goes deep, because Joshua has knocked everybody out, he's not been tested, and he's not been tested deep.
Has he had 20 fights yet?
I think he's had 20 fights.
He's had 24.
Yeah.
Don't quote me.
But he has not. He's not been tested deep, so that's what I'm looking for. But he's a young lion. He has boxing skills.
He does have.
And I have this sinking feeling that boxing wants him to succeed.
Right.
He has the model looks. He's the perfect physique. If he can actually box and be a heavyweight, boxing would love for him to succeed.
He's no Tyson Fury.
Well, I was, right. I mean, and Vlad looked bad versus a bad Tyson Fury.
Yeah, exactly.
And he was reluctant to pull the trigger. I think that if Joshua is ready for the moment, I think he stops Vlad. Because that was, over a year ago?
Yeah.
And he's 40?
Or does the old lion have one more in him?
That's what he's talking about. He's saying all the right things.
Yeah.
This is it for him.
He knows that he looked so bad going against Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
And it's hard to be motivated for a clown like Fury. I can understand that, but you got the young guy coming at you. Can you go to the well one more time?
We'll see. Kev, you had a question?
Yeah, I actually wanted to allude to something Kenyon mentioned. Has Joshua had any fights, or who has he fought that gives you an idea that he can beat Klitschko?
The UK version of their Uber drivers. I mean, that's my only thing, and we don't know too much about him or Wilder, like we talked about a couple shows back. But Wilder does have a better resume, and that's not saying too
and
much.
Kevin, it's more of just watching him and looking at his power, his speed, because he's an athlete. That's why we have these feelings where we don't know, because you saw how bad Klitschko looked his last fight. If Klitschko looked like Klitschko, we wouldn't even be talking about that. We'd be like, all right, Joshua's next up to get beat down.
Last week on our show, boxing is about to take off.
Mm-hmm.
And it did not disappoint.
Great start.
With the best heavyweight fight in the last decade or so.
Yeah.
Great Anthony start. Joshua TKO'd Wladimir Klitschko in the 11th round. We actually ran a poll today on Twitter at the League AM. And it was, is Joshua the real deal? Hope versus hype. 82% said hope. What say you?
It is definitely hope, but Joshua is lucky.
Yeah.
Because if he would have fought Klitschko 10 years ago, he would have got knocked out.
Night.
4 years ago.
Yeah.
Right. But at the same time, he did his job against the opponent who was in front of him, and he showed some grit, and he got up off the canvas. And that's my point, though. Klitschko was 41, and he couldn't finish the job.
I think we said he was 24-0, and actually he's 19. This is only his 19th fight, right? I will say this, though. I don't know how you guys feel about it. I've seen better boxing skills out of Deontay Wilder.
That's one of my questions. I don't think he can beat Wilder because of the conditioning.
Yes.
Wilder is not going to be as reluctant as Klitschko, and he's just as tall, has a longer reach, and Joshua didn't have bomb squat, and he didn't have that much head movement. But the last question, I'll say, we'll move on to this. I thought personally that this made Wladimir look a lot better in history. Taken away from this fight. Yeah. Absolutely.
I actually think Joshua has a lot to learn from Wladimir, because I thought he came in too heavy, and if he would do what Wladimir does and takes care of his body like he does, because he's a fitness guru, he would have a longer career because he's too heavy.
Agreed. 250 was too heavy.
Agreed.